What's up? Big Herc 916. Positivity, motivation, never settle for average. You know, we do it over here. Go to bigherc916.com, pick up some merch, or pick up my autobiography, Against All Odds. Finally dropped 3.5 years, 4 years in the making. And I want to share my life story with you guys. So you can pick up a copy at bigherc916.com or grab a bar of soap and wash your ass. You know, I'm always looking for things to inspire and to make you think. And so I look for different quotes and things that will maybe make me look at life a little bit differently. And, you know, they can come from various resources. But a few quotes that stuck out that I would like to share are as follows. This one came from Johnny Depp. It says, "The worst prison in the world is a home without peace. Be careful who you marry or fall in love with." And that's so true. You know, a lot of people, they pretend to be so happy on social media. They take all these pictures. You know, they have smiles on their faces. They act like they're traveling, doing this and that, going out to eat, and they're miserable. I'm talking about can't stand each other. The only thing that's keeping them together a lot of times is the child. And that's barely a connection. And so don't marry somebody for the wrong reasons, or don't stay married to somebody for the wrong reasons. If you base your marriage off of financial, then you're basing it off the wrong thing. If the only reason you're with somebody because you feel like you don't want to have to give them part of your financial, well, what difference does it make if you give them part of your financial and if you stay with them, you die of heart attack or you die of cancer because you're stressed out and your body is chemically deteriorating. So in a way, the stress is killing you. I feel like I would rather give up part of the financial than to stay with somebody that's going to kill me over a period of time. So for you guys out there, if you're married or in a situation where you feel like you're not happy with the person you're with, leave them. This is from Leonardo DiCaprio. "My mother once told me that a person who values you wouldn't ever put themselves in a position to lose you." It's pretty deep. A person that values you wouldn't ever put themselves in a position to lose you, meaning that if somebody values you, they're not gonna sell you out. They're not gonna take advantage of you. They're not gonna burn you. I've had situations where people have, you know, basically tried to get over or burn me. And then years later, you know, see me somewhere publicly and try to act like it's all cool or, you know, everything's good. And I never forget, man. You burn me, it's a wrap. I'm not going backwards. You're not going to burn me twice. You've already showed your colors and now you're trying to redeem yourself, thinking that it's water in the bridge so you could burn me again. Not going for it. And you got to remember that when people try to snuggle up next to you or pretend like it's cool or time has passed, so, you know, that was just me going through whatever situation. Nah, that was you showing your ass. So be mindful and pay attention to those who undermine you and then try to come back and embrace you. This quote is from Paul Walker. "Somebody is in the hospital right now begging God for the opportunity you don't have. Don't you dare go to bed depressed. Count your blessings and shake it off." He's so right. You know, I used to count my blessings every night that I was in prison for the opportunity to be free, to live free again. I used to just pray that I wouldn't lose my life in prison to something stupid. whether it be in a ride or me having to protect myself against somebody or get caught up in a situation. And now that I've been free for quite some time and I have a beautiful life, when I have a rough day, I just meditate and give thanks to God that I have what I have, because I know there's somebody who is maybe dealing with hunger, drug addiction, or maybe an illness, and they can't pull away from that situation. So I'm very grateful that I have what I have a beautiful wife, and I'm able to maintain the lifestyle that I maintain. So be grateful, man. This one is from Drake. It says, you can't talk life goals around people who don't have the same hunger as you. It just sounds like you're bragging. I know exactly how he feels with that quote, because in prison, and I've told you guys the story before, I used to walk around with the Wall Street Journal, Business Weekly, Wall Street Journal, I said Wall Street Journal, Forbes Magazine, DuPont Register, Robb Report, Vanity Fair, a bunch of different magazines, legal books. I was always studying and reading. I don't watch any TV really in prison. I did a lot of reading, and guys used to look at me and always inquire about what I was reading when they seen the books, or they would see me looking at cars or looking at DuPont homes, or yacht magazines, or these different magazines. They would get mad. They would get angry for no reason, and they would be like, why are you looking at that stuff? And I'm like, because this is what I'm projecting. I don't look at the situation I'm around me and want to be comfortable. I don't want to sit in here and watch basketball or watch TV and feel like I'm hanging out. I want to project my mind outside of these walls so that I could visualize things that I want in the future. And they'd be like, oh, you think you're going to have that? I'm like, yeah. I believe in myself. I don't know exactly what path is going to get me there, but I do believe I will have nice things and be able to go to exotic places and enjoy things in life. And they used to be like, oh man, you think you're better than, me, or you think you're better than this and that. And I said, man, I never said that. That's what you're saying. That's your own insecurities, because you don't have any goals for yourself. But I didn't say this out loud, but in my mind, I'm seeing that these guys are very insecure, and they're jealous of my ability to vision and to see things outside of what's directly in front of me. So, I had a lot of guys that didn't like me in prison, a lot of enemies, a lot of guys who would want to do harm to me, but because of who I was and how I handled myself, and they weren't trying to get their wig split, I was able to continue on my journey. But yeah, man, be careful who you share your dreams with, man. This is from Elon Musk. Build a circle of friends who you like to talk about investments, business ideas, and personal growth instead of gossiping about other people. Great advice. Gossiping about other people is a waste of energy. And the more you talk about other people, the more you take away from your own energy that can take you in a more positive direction. Other people, their life and their reality is their life and their reality. You want to focus on what you can do, because you can't dictate somebody else's life, or you can only dictate your own life. You can only change your own life and create your own reality. And you put energy into other people, it takes away your own energy that you could be putting into yourself. So I try not to really dwell on other people's posts or their stories or things they're doing. Only my friends that I share ideas with, that I try to grow and learn with. But trying to entertain other people and what they're doing in their life is a waste of energy. So focus that energy on yourself and don't get caught up in other people's business. Another one is travel and tell no one. Live a true love story and tell no one. Live happily and tell no one. People ruin beautiful things. Bradley Cooper. If you told people, hey, I just went here, I went there, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm working on this. I've seen it firsthand. People, it bugs them, because if they're not doing what you're doing and they don't have the same goals or vision, it makes them feel as though they're inadequate, even if you didn't say they were, and it can cause animosity and resentment. So be careful who you share your adventures with, your journey with, the things you're doing with. Even though you're excited, and you would think people are as excited about what you're doing as you are about what you're doing, but it doesn't always end up that way. I've had a lot of people I thought would be happy to hear about me doing good things, but they aren't happy. They're actually jealous, or they feel that I'm not deserving, even though they cheer and root for all these other people they see on TV. But for somebody they know, they don't want that person to be any better than they are. And the thing they don't realize is that if you win, they win, and you're supposed to win together. But that's not how a lot of people look at it. They're so selfish, and in their own selfishness, they don't want you to win. So these are some things, that just spoke out to me today. I want to share with you guys. There's so much other stuff going on, a lot of negative stuff. And sometimes, I do little videos on things because it's entertainment. I mean, if I don't put those things out, it seems like the algorithm goes to shit. But this is really what I like to talk about, is this motivational stuff and these quotes that kind of speak to me that I can share with you guys. So it's okay to be a millionaire. Change your mind frame, change the way you look at life. Changing that will change the things that present themselves to you, so you can create more opportunities. Being poor is not financially poor, it's mentally poor. Once you realize that you are a millionaire mentally, you will become a millionaire financially. Big Hurt 916.
Are you tired of smelling funky? Have you lost your ass? Go to bighurt916.com and get your nutsack right.
Go to bighurt916.com and purchase you a bar of soap, one of the books I've written, a hat, a beanie, a t-shirt, tank top, or some detail spray for your car.